Hi folks, and thanks for tuning back in. I got something right here I'm pretty excited to talk about. We've had it for about a month. We've crammed all sorts of stuff into it. It's been working pretty good, so I figured I'd make a video, tell you some of the things I like, and one of the things I don't like about it, probably the only thing I don't like about it, which is a small thing. And if you're looking to buy one yourself, maybe this information will help you out. I got a shunt set up. So if you're looking for that type of information, something more than just a blanket energy usage like the 45 watts that's advertised, you've come to the right place. And if this video is helpful, if it's helped you make a decision, or you just find it entertaining, go ahead and ring that bell and just subscribe to the channel, guys. It really helps us out. Give the video a like. Let us know that you want to see more of this content. All right. So this unit is an Alpicool K25. I believe it is 26 quarts, 25 liters. The blanket energy consumption statement says 45 watts when it's running, but we haven't looked at what the consumption is when it cycles on and off, when it's at temp, what it takes to maintain, and some of that other information, but it's all good. We're going to test that. This unit is Bluetooth, so you can control it with the Alpicool app, which I find pretty useful. And it can run not only on a 120 volt house connection, but also through 12 and 24 volt as well. So let's take a look at it real quick. So this unit's got a 26 quart capacity. That's equivalent to about 44 cans of soda, a 22 pack of water, like the 18 ounce bottles, or 12 bottles of wine, which hey, it depends on what you're doing, right? So the unit's 13.8 inches tall, it's 23 inches wide, 13.2 inches in depth from the angle we're looking at. So the first thing you'll see when you power it on is going to be the display right here. It's going to tell you what the current temperature of the unit is. You got a locking feature which locks the control panel. It tells you if you're in max or eco mode. It tells you the battery's voltage that you're hooked up to, and also has the Bluetooth indicator letting you know that the Bluetooth is on. Down here you've got a USB connection, and then your settings are power, settings, temp up, and temp down, and then the lock feature, which you have to hold down till that padlock goes away, and then you can use the control panel. After about 10 to 15 seconds, that padlock is going to illuminate again. Then you're going to be locked out. There is no way to disable that or modify that delay time. That is the only feature about this unit that I do not like. The temperature of this camper is 81 degrees, and we'll just verify that with the temp gun. It's showing 78, but I just turned the air conditioner on. And the temperature of the unit on top is 76. On the sidewall is also 76.1. Let's take a look inside the unit. We have the temperature set to 40. I've got some beverages in here, got some water down below, got a little bit of sushi. We're going to hit it right there at 37 degrees, 42 degrees, 39 degrees. And one thing I do want to talk about, folks, is the Smart Car Fridge app. This is the Alpicool app that runs the unit. If you look at it, it's pretty easy. For the fridges that incorporate a split left and right side, you do have that dual zone. But for us, we only have that the left side of the box. It's 41. We have it set, it's showing 39, but I had it set to 40. There we go. It'll show us our battery voltage, state of charge. You can also change the temperature to Fahrenheit or Celsius, which is how we're getting back to 39, it looks like. Settings, you have a bunch of different settings in the app, so you can control what the minimum and maximum temperatures are that you want it to give you the option for. Start delay. Quite a few other settings in here. You can control the theme, the language. You can reset everything to factory settings. Down below, you have some settings in regards to power. You have the max setting over here, and then you have also eco setting. And then the high, medium, and low settings are not in regards to usage of the unit. They're in regards to the low voltage protection for this unit. If your battery gets too low, to prevent you from having a dead battery, it will cut that off. So high is 12, medium is 11.5, low is 9 volts. And we will keep that set to 12 volts. So now on to the fun part. So this unit, as of earlier today, is hooked up to a shunt that I have on our solar charge controller via the 12 volt plug. So currently right now, our battery is at 13.05. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and reset that. We're currently at 0 watt hours. And what we're going to do is run this unit for 10 hours without opening it. And we're running it at 40 degrees. We're going to look at power consumption of this unit. And then we'll reset it and run it for 10 hours in the eco setting. And see, look here, we have just reset our shunt. We're at 1 watt hour pulled so far, so we're about 3 minutes after resetting it, and we've jumped all the way up to 48.8. Alright, we are back after 12 hours of running the Alpicool on max setting at 40 degrees. This time we're at 157 watt hours. Current power is 0.7 of a watt consumption. The temperature inside the unit is 75 degrees. Temperature is 72 on the refrigerator. Okay. 39 on that water. And we are resetting. All right, let's give it 12 hours at eco mode, see what our consumption is, folks. All right, folks, we have completed a 12-hour run with the Alpicool on eco cycle. So it's 43 degrees. It's registering 12.3. And I wanted to catch this. Let me turn the light on real quick. We've actually used 164 watt hours today, and it is currently on. So the compressor is currently running right now at 33.8, 33.9 watts. All right, so we're seeing 106 inside the vents. And folks, look right here. We're at 105. And the only reason I even thought to shoot those vents right now is just because I was standing next to it and I actually felt the heat radiating out of here. Like I could feel it on my body. So I grabbed the Temp Gun real quick. And some of you might be saying, hey, that's kind of weird that it's 157 watt hours in max mode, but in eco mode, it's 164 watt hours. And folks, I actually went back and checked the timestamp of the last video, and we are at exactly 12 hours to the minute. And the only real difference in this, again, is that the compressor just runs at a little bit lower wattage in eco mode. It's not really, you know, if you're going to keep something at a certain temperature over a certain duration, you're going to use a certain amount of power. And again, you can either have a more powerful compressor that's going to cycle for shorter durations, or you're going to have one that uses a little less power and it's going to stay on longer. It looks like at the end of the ball game, you're either very close or you're about the same when it comes to temperature. All right, folks, so we got our Alpicool here, and we have emptied it out. We've let it sit all day. It's currently at ambient temperature. Let's go ahead and test it. 74.3 degrees. I've got a brand new case of water right here. We're gonna go ahead and cut this open. We're gonna fill it up, and we are going to see, since we've established what max and eco settings accomplish with this unit, what I'm going to do is fill this cooler up with water that's at ambient temperature. We're going to shut it on, and we're going to go 12 hours, setting it at -4. We're going to see how long it takes for this cooler to cool down and freeze these bottles. Alright, so we have got 26 bottles of water in here. So at this point, we've got our shunt turned on. It is set to 0. Everything's reset. We're going to close this bad boy up. Got to hold the power button down. You have to unlock the unit. Go ahead and keep an eye on this, folks. We'll come back in 12 hours. We'll look at it. We'll do a temp check on the water. All right, folks, we are approximately 3 hours into this. We're pulling consistently about 50 watts, 139 watt hours. That's in about 3 hours. The temperature of the unit is down to 38 degrees. And I can feel heat radiating off of this thing, so let's go ahead and give it a hit here. Okay, 109. 120 degrees. So we're currently at 13 degrees Fahrenheit on this unit. This is 10 hours of usage. So we're at 46 watts and our energy consumption is 486 watt hours. Regardless of what we see inside the fridge, I'm gonna go ahead and kill this test right after this. So let's get in here and take a look. We're showing 13, but that's subjective. Okay. We're 27 right there. 27 right there. 17. Going in towards the middle here, 44, 55, 40. Okay, so the wall of this unit is at 0. No ice, but it is ice cold. So what I would say from an energy perspective, so I guess my opinion of this refrigerator would be this. Regardless of what setting that you use with this, guys, it's going to use power. If it's already cooled down and you're just trying to maintain temperature, regardless of the setting that you're using, you're going to be running about 13 to 16 watt per hour to hold this unit at 40 degrees. But if you're going to put it in your rig and turn it on to bring it from ambient room temperature and put something warm in it and try to cool it down, I think you're going to use up some battery power. This unit has been on at this point for 10 hours straight, and it has not turned off. The compressor has been on all night. So with all of my other combined usage, having this thing on for 10 hours straight actually put a pretty big dent in my battery bank capacity. So today I'm just trying to kind of top everything back up. Do I think it's a good buy? Yeah. Yes, I do. I think a lot of people that buy these are, they have to be energy conscious. It is a 12-volt unit, so it runs off of a battery. So when you use one of these, you're usually concerned with battery power. And you're going to be sitting at 13 to 16 watt hours every hour to maintain temperature, just using it as a refrigerator. So I think it's a good buy. I've got nothing against it. I think before you hook it up to a battery, you should probably cool it down, whether that means putting a bag of ice into it first with your food and then just draining the water out of your drain plug later, or you take it inside on grid power, or you're traveling down the road in your car and you have it hooked up. Whatever the case may be, I think it's imperative that you get it as cold as you need it to be before putting it onto a battery. And I don't really know long term if I would try to use it during the day on solar, unplug it at night, and do that kind of a dance. I think that once you get the temperature where you want it, you need to keep it plugged in. You need to maintain that temperature so that you don't run into a situation the next day where you're overpowering the unit trying to play catch up. Folks, I really hope that you find this video informative, educational, and last but not least, entertaining. Everything we've used here, check the description. We've got links for all of these products. The Temp Gun I'm using, this refrigerator, as well as the shunt charge controller. All of those items are linked in the description. So if you have any questions, concerns, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help out. And if I can do any additional testing offline to answer any of your questions, let me know and I'll be happy to report back with the results. I appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time.